Hey ladies, it is Monday evening and I just wanted to come on and talk about basically finances and spending as it relates to this nail stuff. This video is for people who need to be on a budget, people who are trying to, get control of their spending and their shopping and stuff like that. So this is just, some helpful things for, people who may feel like they need to keep up, with everybody else and just, setting goals and stuff like that. This video is not for people who can buy whatever they want, whenever they want, if you ballin', you got it like that. Like, this isn't for you. This isn't, this isn't for people who collect, and just like, this is that kind of video. So let me just get into it. I made some index cards, and my daughter Kayla actually wrote these for me because I love her handwriting. But basically, when it comes to buying things, for nails and stuff like that, the first question you should ask yourself is, what is your goal? Are you doing your own nails? Are you doing other people's nails? You need to ask yourself, what is my goal? And like I said, this is in relation to spending and buying things. If you're doing your own nails, okay, how often are you doing your nails? If it's just once in a while, if this is something that you just kind of dabble in here and there, then you probably need to be realistic and, realize that you really probably don't need a whole lot of stuff. You probably don't need a whole stockpile of things if ultimately it's just going to sit there and you're not going to use it. It's fun to get things, the newness of having it, but once that goes away and you just have stuff sitting and collecting dust, then that's not really practical or financially smart. So, if you're in this and you're just doing your own nails and, you're in this YouTube community, a great way to get things inexpensively is to buy grab bags and, to participate in swaps. When I got back, into this and I joined this community, that's what I did. I'm coming off of a hiatus of doing nails. I'm only doing my nails and my daughter's nails at the moment. And so, when I came into this, I started buying grab bags. Grab bags are a great way to get a variety of different things for very cheap. You can get mixes, you can get nail art, raw glitter, things of that nature. It's a nice way to get a variety of things, for very cheap. Participating in swaps is, I think, relatively inexpensive because you don't have to spend a lot of money on glitter to make the swaps. You don't have to buy expensive paper to send it out and all that good stuff. And you just need a couple of stamps and you get a lot of variety back for that. You get different mixes, you get different nail art. So, if you're doing your own nails, you really don't have to go broke trying to buy a whole lot of stuff and keep up. If you're doing other people's nails, then you might need a little bit more, but also be more realistic about that. Are you just doing, maybe your mom and your sister, or are you doing like, a book full of people, clients, you're working in a salon, or you have a salon out of your home, then you want to keep your goal, your spending tailored to that, and then also, as far as your goals, in spending, are you trying to make money off of it? A lot of people that you see that buy a lot of stuff, that are doing a lot of hauls, they sell grab bags. They make money off of it, which is great, which is very smart, and some people have stores, online stores or Facebook stores. Some people are doing nails, so you're getting money back from it that way. So keep that in mind. If you're only doing your own nails, you might not need as much stuff as somebody who's doing other people's nails, or people who are investing in things so that they can resell it. So kind of keep that in mind. What is my goal? Okay. The next thing you want to think of is this, and I have to tell myself this every time I go into a store. do I really need this? And you really ask yourself, just stop for a moment. Do I really need this? Do I need it right now? Am I going to use it right now? And be for real about that. Are you going to use it? Are you going to use it on yourself? Are you going to use it on somebody else? When? Because we can tell ourselves, oh yeah, I'm going to use it, and then you sit it somewhere and, it's weeks before you touch it again. You know what I mean? So be realistic about it. Do you have something already like it? How many times do we go and buy polish and, you see a cute hot pink polish, but, you probably have 3 or 4 already at home that you barely even touch. So be realistic about that, before you make a purchase. Do I really need it? Do I already have something like it? And am I going to use it right away? Okay. I remember I used to be on Spectra.net. That's a makeup website. Any of you makeup junkies out there, you are familiar with Spectra. I was very, very, very heavily into that message board. And, those people, they go hard for their makeup. They know every collection that's coming out. They know everything that's, been out in the past. They buy everything. Okay. And, I love makeup. I love makeup. And at the time, when I was on there, gosh, you just feel like you gotta have everything, and people be making posts about these new collections and, oh, I'm getting everything, or I'm getting 2 of these or 3 of these or whatever, and you kind of feel you get sucked into it, so it's like, oh my God, I gotta get that, and you have all these lists, and then you're spending this money, and before you know it, you have all this stuff that you're not even using. I remember specifically, there was this MAC collection, and there was this eyeshadow. It was a sparkly white eyeshadow. I forget the name of it, but people were like raving about it. Oh, I don't have anything like this in my collection. I have to have it. And I was like, okay, like maybe I need to have it too. I was getting ready to buy this eyeshadow, and I had to literally sit back like, Dia, wait a minute. What the hell am I going to look like walking around with a sparkly white eyeshadow? Okay, like that doesn't even go with my skin. Like it was just silly. So I had to, step back and just put that in perspective. Like, I don't need that. So you have to ask yourself, that kind of stuff before you make purchases. Do I really, 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 really need this right now? Okay, or am I just trying to keep up with everybody else? You don't need to keep up with other people because their goals might not be the same as yours. They might not, you might not be doing what they're doing. People have channels, where they're known for hauls and finding unique things and creative things, coming up with new things to do, with nails and stuff like that. If that isn't really you don't really like do it on that level, then you don't need to do everything that, you see everybody else doing. So, just kind of keep that in perspective. And so then my next point is, what's more important right now? And that pertains to, you doing nails or whatever. What do I need right now that's more important? Do I need a bunch of nail art right now, or do I really need a table? And that's something I recently had to assess for myself. Like, okay, I really need a table because I'm trying to start doing nails again on people this spring. And, I don't have a table. I need a table. I need, other things that are a lot more important than having a bunch of nail art. And don't get me wrong, I love nail art. I'm always going to buy a little bit here and there, but don't get so crazy buying things that are not the most important towards, reaching your goal. Then, invest in quality stuff, when you can. I know a lot of people like to buy stuff inexpensive when they can, and that's great. There's a lot of things that are inexpensive that can be useful to you, but at the same time, sometimes you have to save your money and invest in bigger things. Invest in a good quality drill. I've seen a lot of videos lately where people are having issues with drills. They've ordered drills and they broke down, or they're not working and stuff like that. Unfortunately, everything that's inexpensive is not good. And so sometimes you have to keep your spending in check and invest in better quality things. Those are the things you want good quality: a drill, a UV lamp, your acrylic system. And that's something I also wanted to suggest. You should always have a mid-range acrylic line and a high-end acrylic line. Your mid-range is something you use when you're making nail art, or you're practicing, you're doing other people, maybe your family members and stuff. And then you want to have something that's really good quality that you use for your good clients, your clients that pay you good money. You want to have something good to use for them. So invest in something high end, high quality, and then have like a mid range, that you can play around with. But yeah, instead of spending up a lot of money on like insignificant stuff, kind of keep that in check, and try to invest in things that are more important for you for reaching your goals. And then my next one is work with what you have. If you have a lot of stuff already that is useful, that can be used, use it. There's no need to go out and buy extra stuff when you really don't need it, because it's always going to be there. Use up what you have, and then buy new stuff. I try to use that rule, back to makeup again, because I got so crazy buying makeup. I had so much stuff. It was just like, what, I'm not buying another lipstick or another lip gloss until I have an empty tube to throw away. So keep that in mind with your nail stuff. Use up what you have. Use up the acrylics that you have. Whether you like it, like them or not, use them up. If you don't like it, then give it away. Give it to somebody or sell it. But try to work with what you have and, get rid of that first. My next point is make your own stuff when you can. Get creative with acrylics and stuff like that. If you have a lot of different acrylics and pigments and chalks and things like that, make up your own colored acrylics. Make up your own glitter acrylics. I do it all the time. I have a huge Easy Flow Boogie Night collection. I have tons of C&D colored powders and glitter powders and stuff like that. And I play with them. I mix stuff up. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, some pigment, a little bit of this glitter and that glitter, and you can make up your own stuff, versus going out and buying a bunch of stuff, when you can make it. Make your own nail art for swaps. When you're doing swaps, the nail art, that's like the hardest part, because it's like, oh, I don't, do I have anything to give? Do I have enough, for 5-6 bags or whatever? Start, making your own stuff. Invest in mold kits, and make your own molds when you get nail art, and start making your own stuff, so that you can give it out and you don't have to spend money on that. You don't have to buy up a whole bunch of nail art, okay? So do that. And then the last thing is, know when to say, I have enough. I have enough right now. It doesn't mean like I have enough forever, but just know when to say, okay, I'm good right now. I don't need this, or I don't need that. I'm good. Latea B, she said recently in one of her videos she was going to step back from doing swaps and things like that because she had so much, and I think that's real. When you can be real with yourself, no matter how much you love it, no matter how much you're into this stuff, how much fun it is, sometimes you got to know when to say, okay, I have enough, and then focus on something else. Like I said, whatever it is that will help you, reach your goal. So, yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave me, some feedback or something. I would really appreciate it. But you all take care, and God bless. Bye.